Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om. Salutations to Sri Ramakrishna. In today's Mantra Yoga, we are going to speak about remembrance, memory. We have seen how memory is essential to life. It's an essential component of consciousness. And yet, there are some memories that are so traumatic and disturbing and so unwanted. It's obvious that they form part of us in a way. We also can use this tool, this powerful tool of consciousness, in order to remember God. Remembrance. Okay, that's the idea. We don't need to remember. So the first component of remembrance or memory is that which is near can be seen. That which is far can be remembered, is remembered. So if you remember this is the one principle. That which is near is seen, that which is far is remembered. Okay. Now this, it's more like a kind of a single perception involving dual levels of consciousness. The past is made present. So what is near is seen, what is far is remembered. At the same time, that past also becomes the present in your present cognition. So that is far is remembered, that is in the past is also remembered. So this is a component of memory. It makes the old new, and the new is new, of course. It works on the principle of a cue. A present perception reminds me of something else. And sometimes it's not just one single thing that that reminds me of a. Suppose I see a car, I remember many things about the car and how it broke down and how I was stranded. And you can see how a train of memories is kind of awakened. This is the third principle in memory. It's called pervasiveness. In Sanskrit, it is called vyapti. One wave in the mind can give rise to a series and series and series of waves. Okay, I think this is clear. So when one wave in the mind, there's never one wave in the mind, never. It's like a body of water which is whipped up by waves. That's the nature of the mind. Always. Now we can harness all these waves into our favor. In ordinary life, we find that some memories, like I said, there are good memories and there are some bad memories. There are some false memories. Oh yeah. And there are some memories of all types. Okay. So we just need to understand that this power of the mind, which is at times detrimental to spiritual practices, because what stops a person from realizing God? Just old memories. When you sit down and try to meditate, a whole host of memories comes and throttles your efforts. You simply just don't, you can say, know what to do. The old memories are so powerful. And that's the reason why, especially in mantra yoga, we try to harness the power of the mind, thoughts, memories, recall, remembrance to work in our favor. So when I see a particular thing, I'm reminded of something else. So it's a conscious mind and the subconscious mind, both interacting. Actually, it is one entity. We have divided into things like conscious, then the pre-conscious, and then there's a whole lot of subconscious or conditioned conscious or whatever. But it is actually one entity. It is acting as a single entity. But for all practical purposes, for us to understand it from the psychological aspect, we call it just one conscious, and then we have the subconscious and the unconscious and the whole host of kind of things. So remember, there are these three principles. First is that which is near is seen, that which is far is remembered, that which is present is seen, that which is in the past is remembered. One memory gives rise to a train of old memories. Okay. Now this is kind of more or less understood. What has this got to do with mantra yoga? Oh, well, mantra yoga is when you repeat a mantra, if it is mechanical and if you have really plunged into this repetition along with an attention, then your mind is in a kind of a state of flow. Okay. So what is that state of flow? The waves of the mind are kind of harmonious. The brain emits these waves, the alpha and then the beta waves and the delta waves. The delta is sleeping, you go to sleep. There is no memory at all. So all these waves that they are there, they are coherent. It comes in a smooth flow. Okay. But when certain disturbances come and the mind is kind of in an upheaval, there are n number of trains of thoughts coming in, and we can see it. The guy is just kind of tortured with all these innumerable incoherent thoughts that are coming out here. It is sometimes memories can kill us, and memories can also make our spiritual life great. That is the idea. So much for the dynamics. So what has this memory said? So Sri Ramanujacharya, he was one of the great teachers, acharyas, who propounded the doctrine of devotion, bhakti. And he says, if there is a coherent remembrance of the thing that you are taking the name of, suppose we are talking about Om Namah Shivaya. Okay. So what happens is you are reminded of the deity Shiva. Obviously. Like you say, okay, what's your name? Okay, there's Michael sitting there. Fine. Now, when I remember Michael, I remember everything about him. Okay, there are many things about Michael, and a whole host of memories comes. So similarly, when you're taking the name of Shiva or Ramakrishna or Durga or you can say Vishnu, or any god, or Christ, or Buddha, a whole host of memories follows in its train. This, according to Sri Ramanujacharya, is a form of meditation. The classical idea of meditation is you got to focus on one object and remove of all associated ideas regarding that object, the memory, just the meaning of that object and the object, nothing more. But in this, what happens is you are using that particular a divine object, a divine symbol, and then all the associated memories do arise along with that memory. So when we are doing japa, what happens is, suppose we are doing Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, so we are reminded of Shiva and all what Shiva stands for, the reality, and also all the thoughts that you have associated with Shiva. Oh, he is kind and is compassionate, and he is kind of he sits down in the Himalayas and meditates. All these things, they all come. Okay, this is important in remembrance, memory. So every time you are doing japa, you are awakening, arousing all associated memories. And this is meditation. Don't stop all the memories. Don't make it a kind of a single thought, like in the yoga meditation. In the yoga philosophy, there needs to be just one thought to the exclusion of everything else. Everything held is in abeyance, held down. But in this form of meditation, all the associated memories of that object, of the deity, of that symbol are awakened. Okay, I think this is kind of clear enough. Okay. I think it's clear. Yeah. There's another aspect of perception that many people don't realize, or they are not aware of it. It's so integral to us that the example given in the scriptures is, when I know one piece of metal or a lump of clay, I know all the clay, all the all metals in the universe. There are two components in every perception, and memory is a perception, because now the memory has now come in the present. So it's a perception, it's a cognition. What happens is, there are two components. One is, its individual character, as well as its general character also. When I see the leaf of a tree, I have a general idea of all the leaves of all the trees in the world. Well, some trees leaves may be big, some small, sometimes they're brown or sometimes green, but it is an indubitable fact that my knowledge of a leaf, one leaf, brings about the knowledge of all the leaves of all the trees in the world. Okay. So for today's practice, we'll take the form of Shiva. Okay. Now when you look at this form of there are two things. One, you see the symbol of Shiva, and then you're reminded of Shiva. What is Shiva to you? You can relate to Shiva from the standpoint of the symbol. Then the symbol is personalized into a form of a deity, and then in this case, the cosmic aspect of that symbol, and that personality is also part of your cognition. It should be technically, yeah. When you see any symbol or any image of God, you must not think that God is only in that image. That makes you an idolater. It's idolatry. You must think of God as all-pervasive. God has given rise or created this universe. God is not a small kind of individual like us. We can't even handle our thoughts. And if we make God like us, God cannot handle this creation. So much for that. So every remembrance will have this component, the individual as well as the collective. When you take the name of Ram Krishna, you see the form of Ram Krishna, and then you also must comprehend its universal form. Ram Krishna's universal form. Similarly, when you are repeating the mantra, now this is very important. When you are repeating the mantra, it is an individualized form of sound, but it has another form which is its general reality, general dimensions. It's a cosmic dimension. Now, well, this mantra was given to me by my guru, I heard it, and this is recommended, or whatever, however you've received it, whatever, and whatever you're repeating, while repeating it, the cosmic idea of the mantra, cosmic dimension of the mantra should also be remembered. And as I said, remembrance is now held in the present moment. So the whole idea of yoga is bring the past and the future and hold it here in the present. Keep your mind in the present. All forms of mindfulness and yoga and whatever is trying to keep the mind in the present. Well, yeah, now you're harnessing the powers of your subconscious and pre-conscious and your conscious mind, everything, into a kind of powerful instrument to take the name of God. This is okay, we are okay, everything is fine. Now for the practice. Now we've got to practice it a little. And how do you practice it? So we will take the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Okay. Keep that picture also, just to kind of give you the idea. So Om Namah Shivaya. Or if you like any other mantra with any other deity, that's okay with you. For this class and this kind of episode of the mantra yoga, you'll say Om salutations to Shiva. Okay. This is kind of Om salutations to Shiva. Is that all? Yeah, that's all. It's a very powerful mantra which has been used for, I don't know, for countless years, thousands and thousands by millions and millions and millions of people. So all those repetitions and everything are also in the Akashic records. You know, you have something called, what is Akashic records? Records of the psychic space which pervades everything in this universe. So those repetitions are existent in the psychic space. So when you are repeating, your psychic space is also in sync with that collective psychic space. This mantra now has become not just a small insignificant sound. It has become cosmic. It has brought the past and the present and the future all together. And you are focusing on this. You are right now, as you repeat, part of the cosmos. You are really now in touch with the cosmos. This is the idea of mantra yoga and remembrance. Okay, so we'll take Om Namah Shivaya. Remember, as you're repeating this Om Namah Shivaya, you look at the symbol of Shiva. It's called a Shiva Linga. You try to remember the face of Shiva. That's the figure of Shiva. With the blue, white, you can say, looks, and with those matted locks and all this kind. It's beautiful. And you also simultaneously need to remember Shiva's cosmic aspect. That is important. Otherwise, if you think this is only one aspect of God, sorry, or this is only one aspect of mantra, sorry, you are doing something that is kind of doing half-heartedly or halfway. You're not doing the whole thing. So I want you now to close your eyes. Take a deep breath and relax. Feel your entire body. Picturize your entire body mentally. That is, feel your body. And keep on relaxing each limb of the body slowly. Like flex your ankle and release it. Flex your knee and release it. Flex your thigh and release it. Flex your arms and release it. Flex your fingers and fist and release it. Flex your shoulders and release it. Do the entire body is flex it and release it. Flex it and release. This removes away all physical tension. Flex your back and release it. Now become aware of your breath. Don't regulate it, just become aware of your breath. Now open your eyes and watch that screen in front of you with the name Om Namah Shivaya, with that symbol and with the figure of Shiva. Now try to remember its cosmic aspect. You can expand that picture of Shiva to its cosmic dimensions. It doesn't matter. Or try to think of Shiva as a blue sky. This is a part of that perception. Keep watching it, please. Repeat Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Keep watching that symbol. Keep watching the figure of Shiva. And think of a vast blue sky. Now close your eyes and remember the whole thing. Keep on remembering. If this cognition isn't coming clearly, you can open your eyes, again see the symbol, again see the face of Shiva, and again that deep, wide blue sky. And now you can close your eyes and now remember. Again, if the recollection is getting fainter, it's not clear, open your eyes once more and look at the screen, and again remember. Close your eyes and remember. Okay, let us stop here. Take a long, deep breath. Open your eyes, please. This is the idea. It's a simple tool. That remembrance that sometimes tortures us, remembrance of other things, now is used to direct your soul to God. Okay. So much for this. Now we'll take any questions if there are. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So there we are. What's the first? You can say if there's any. Okay. There are, yeah. Good, very good. There are no questions. That's it. So all pranams and thank you, and pranams and thank you. Okay. So pranams and thank you. Okay. As you can see, we've shifted our venue. It's just for today. Okay. We'll be back in a. So thank you all for joining us here at the Vedanta Society in Hollywood. We see you again next Saturday with another aspect of Mantra Yoga. Class 6. Om, peace, peace, peace.